Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the Phicen 1/12 scale super flexible seamless female body. So yes, here we have Phicen's first 1/12 scale body. This particular one is the pale medium breast version. There are other versions available. They normally do 1/6 scale stuff, which is not what I collect. But they have finally decided to make a 1/12 scale thing, and I was so curious that I decided to pick it up. So far as I know, there's not really any 1/12 scale stuff that uses this kind of structure, that being the seamless, fully articulated sort of style, and I just wanted to see what it was like, honestly. Purely a curiosity purchase. And she is a pretty cool thing. I don't really know what I'm going to do with her, but she's an interesting thing, and if you have some desire for something like this, she's probably worth picking up. Alright, starting off with a quick size comparison. Of course, here we have our Phicen body. Here's our standard Marvel Legends 6-inch Cosmic Armor Iron Man and 3 3/4-inch Marvel Universe Wolverine. This Phicen body is like an import proper 1/12 scale figure, so it's more in scale with Figma and Figuarts and stuff, so it's a good bit shorter than a standard 6-inch American figure, but of course still bigger than a 3 3/4-inch figure. Now let's get everything else out of here and just look at our Phicen body. Moving on to our 360 spin, the body comes with some white clothes, all of which are removable. I'm going to leave them on because I would like for this video to continue to be on YouTube. But she is fully anatomically correct, as I'm sure you would have guessed. The clothes themselves are a stretchy white fabric, and they are a pain in the ass to get on, because you have to sort of stretch them over her body, and they're fairly tight. But once you get them on, they look halfway decent. The body itself looks really good. All the musculature and everything is sculpted really well. The proportions and everything seem fine. It looks like a small person, so I have nothing to really complain about there. But when you get to the separations between the seamless body and the hands and feet and head, you can tell that they're made of different materials and that the colors aren't quite matched perfectly. Depending upon what your lighting is like, this will be more or less noticeable. I find that in person in my house it looks mostly fine, but I've seen it under various different lighting conditions and it looks bad or okay, just depending upon what the lighting is like. That issue there is probably my main complaint about the figure, and otherwise I have no real appearance complaints. Head sculpt wise, she just comes with the one head. It does have rooted doll style hair, which is black and fairly long. I'm personally not terribly fond of it, but it doesn't look awful, and you could probably cut it or style it or do something to it if you wanted to, but I doubt I will bother with that. The face itself has got some nice blush and lipstick painted on it. The eyes are shiny. The face is generally fairly pretty looking, but I also don't like it. I can't quite put my finger on why I don't like it. I just don't. But maybe you will like it, and if you do, good for you. Articulation-wise, I wasn't quite sure what to expect. Since I've never even handled one of the 1/6 scale Phicen bodies, I had no clue how I was going to translate to a much smaller scale. But she is really posable. She's actually probably one of the most posable things I own. Basically, she works on like an internal skeleton of metal bits. I can't see most of the joints, so I'm just going to have to tell you how it moves. And her body is also very squishy to the touch, and I tend to be fairly gentle with her because I'm not quite sure how well this is going to hold up to prolonged use. Her head and neck move around really well. Shoulders move in and out, forward and back, move around a bit. Her elbows hinge all the way, little ball pegs in the wrist. She has a really nice body movement that moves all around. Hips go all the way forward, all the way back, rotate around a bit. Knees hinge all the way, and she has ball pegs in the ankles that move around. So you should be able to get her into basically any pose that you want to. I haven't had any issues posing her, really. Accessories-wise, apart from the clothes that I've already mentioned, she comes with 3 sets of hands, 2 relaxed hands, 2 normal holding hands, and 2 gun holding hands. She doesn't actually come with anything to hold, but if you've got some other accessories laying around, she may be able to hold them. Then she comes with 2 sets of feet. She has some normal flat feet and some standing on tiptoes kind of feet. Obviously, she will probably be harder to balance if you don't use the flat feet. Packaging-wise, you get this little plastic box that's filled with foam. It's got a little banner around the front of it, and some warning labels and stuff on the back. It's pretty shit, honestly, but it's not really something that you would want to display in packaging, I don't think, and it serves the purpose of holding the figure, so I guess that's all fine. And that about wraps it up for our Phicen lady, so until next time, goodbye!